What is good, y'all? Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be going over how I edit pictures like this for my clothing brand. So I got the panels pulled up in Lightroom. We shot this daytime. I shot it with a Sony a7 III. So let's get into it. So for the light panel, this is like the basic starting of it. So as you can see, we did use the blue shift. So I'm going to be applying it to this. This is the original version. So we're going to be, showing y'all exactly how we got to the final product. So I'm gonna plug in the values from this and then show y'all after. So I'm bringing up the shadows, a little bit more information there. Cool. So now we're gonna get to the point curve. So right here, you can use the point curve to fix your white balance a little bit. Honestly, this is my first, I don't like this. I don't like how I'm going about this video. We're gonna start over. What's good, y'all? Today I'm gonna be showing y'all this new feature in Adobe Lightroom and how I use it to edit my pictures. So this is the AI mask feature. And what this allows me to do is basically separate my background and add more elements to it. So for example, I shot this at like 8 or some, no, not 8. I shot it at like f4, I believe. So the background wasn't that blurry. So I brought in I reduced the sharpness of just the background by itself, which allowed me to get more separation. For example, this is the original picture. I personally like it like this, but for the brand purposes, to add like an aesthetic to it, we decided to, bring down the saturation of the background to let the subjects be more the main focus of the picture. When we get into, there's no real difference to what I change about the subjects, besides, just bringing down the temperature a little bit, because I felt like they were a little bit too saturated. Bear with me, y'all. This is my first time doing a video like this. Hope y'all are enjoying it. If you are, make sure you subscribe. I want to show more of the process of my clothing brand and what we do and how we got to where we are. But yeah, man, this new feature is pretty cool. I usually like to make my pictures look like film. So I'll go to another one and I'll show you real quick. I don't think, so the mask is added on this. So right now, so looking at this again, because I haven't edited these pictures in a while, I would hit it with a crop. Obviously, social media, you're not gonna be needing all that space unless you're to use it for a story post. And even at that, you still wanna zoom in and have enough space. I wanna use this one instead. So we're gonna crop 4x5. These pictures were kind of hard to edit, I ain't gonna lie. It was my first time shooting with a Sony a7 III. So, but I really just want to show y'all the process of me thinking about how I edit the video, how I edit these pictures. I think that they're pretty cool. Hit this with a crop. I'm gonna bring up the exposure on them just a little bit. Not that much. It honestly needs to kind of fade from the top to the bottom. Background can be brightened on this one. Alright, we still doing this. Fuck it. We here, bro. We here. Talk with your chest. Talk about how you want to edit these pictures. Duplicate that shit, nigga. Alright, so I'm finna be going over how I would edit these pictures. I'm gonna be re-editing one of these pictures with y'all and go throughout my thought process. Obviously, these edits, I was obviously in the lab for a brick, getting these settings all the way down for these pictures. So what we recreate in this video might not be exactly like the pictures that we're seeing right now, but I'm gonna do my best to go through the settings and try and get a final look that's close to what we have here. So right now I'm just looking for a picture that I would want to work with for this video. I think one of these maybe. Nah. All right, cool. I think this is a good example because, nah. I can use this one. This is a good one. All right. So I'm gonna duplicate this. Cool. Go to versions. Go to the original version. Now we can edit the original version again. So as you can see right now, this version is washed out. We need to add some contrast. So I'm gonna add some contrast, and I'm also gonna increase the exposure. White balance looks good as of right now. So I'm gonna start with adding some vibrance. Go into my color mixer. All right, so now we're in the point curve. This is where we can add global contrast, as I like to call it. Kind of get that more filmic look. So as you can see, just based off that alone, we're able to get a lot of more information. All right, cool. Cool. So right now, I need my shadows. So I'm gonna go into my color grading. This is where we're gonna talk about the shadows and midtones and highlights. I'm gonna honestly make this right there for right now. My midtones, I'm gonna always drag that to be orange because that's gonna be where your skin tones are. We wanna keep their skin tones. Keep that where it was. I'm gonna leave my highlights for now. So as you can see, just off those few adjustments alone, we are already looking a lot better. So we can add a little bit more information to our highlights. Boost up the shadows. And we're already looking more punchy, more contrasted. So now we're gonna go into the mask. So now we can select our subject. All right, cool. So I'm gonna duplicate and invert this. This basically allows me to now have one mask of my background, one mask of my subject. So for the background, we are going to add blur. So take down the sharpness. We are going to desaturate it just a tad so that more focus can be on our subject. Could decrease the contrast. Alright, so adding onto the subject, right now I see I want to decrease this, decrease the whites, because we're getting a lot of, you feel me, sheen. So the next thing that I'm seeing that I need to do is I need to go down to my luminance and start messing with some of these on my color mixer. Right now the saturation of the red can be higher for right here and for them on the piece itself. Crop time. So Instagram uses a 4:5 as the highest, as the biggest ratio that you can use for picture posts. So keep that in mind when you're editing. This is just the best best format to keep your pictures in. Using the rule of thirds, obviously, trying to keep everything within this range right here. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit. I also don't want to cut off his feet, but 1 foot being cut off ain't too bad, as long as both of her feet are in there. Boom. So right now, I could add a little bit of sharpness to the subject mask. This is gonna help them stand out a little bit more. Going to the background. I also hate this screen that I'm editing on, but what else did I do? D-Haze ain't gonna do shit. Actually, D-Haze kinda, yeah, we're gonna add a little bit of D-Haze and then, right, oh. Nah, the D-Haze is not hidden. So cool. Right now we're at a place where I enjoy this picture. This is not bad. Let's compare it to the other edit I did. So this is the original edit that I did we ever, let me see. Yeah, this is the original edit I did. So now looking back, I can see that right now what I would change, I would probably dehaze this a little bit because it seems like it's one. Why is the sharpness up? Okay, the sharpness should be a little bit higher. So I don't even know what I was doing when I was editing these pictures, but the pictures came out crazy, if you ask me. But I would just add a little bit of dehaze to this. It helps them stand out a little bit better. Actually, I think I'm gonna go ahead and post these up on the gram. Go follow us, Shop Alpha Co. If you want to go follow my brand and support my brand. But anyway, also before I post these up, I'm gonna hit it with a quick crop. Yeah, these models were fire. I enjoy working with them a lot. That's a good one right there. Boom. So as you can see, this is a finished product. Editing pictures for your brand. If you like this video and you enjoy it and you want to see more tips and tricks for your clothing brand, how to elevate your clothing brand, follow the page, Finna start posting a lot more. I want to get into that, get into YouTube. So follow me for the journey. Stay tuned for whatever else I'm gonna post. Yeah, probably gonna redo this video maybe again. Think of another way to spin it. Probably using it for how to add creators for your brand. But yeah, follow me, follow the page, like the video, do all that. Yeah, peace.